Maleki Liki Maka, everyone. Chef Shea Bear here. I got my new chef's hat on. Not really, it's just a running joke between a friend of mine, Mark's Adventures, and I. It's kind of a joke. But anyway, so I did this for him. So, Merry Christmas, buddy. So, anyway, guys, I'm going to be doing some baking today. I'm going to start off with some bread. I'm not going to show you every little detail because I made bread before, and I'm going to make a few different things. So, what I'm just, I'm going to make some cookies. I'll show you some of that. They're the easiest recipes I could find to do this stuff. But like I said, it's not going to be a how-to. If you want me to do like the cookies and stuff, because I've already done the bread in previous videos on Chef Shea Bear. But if you want me to do the cookies again sometime to show you, I might even make some fudge tonight. I'm not sure. I was going to make some noodles, but I think that might wait. And we might make an apple crumble. So we'll have to see. But anyway, I'm just going to bring you along with what I'm doing. Today is Saturday, so tomorrow's Christmas Eve. Got another live stream to do of the lights, and so but I'm going to do what I can tonight, and then I may do some tomorrow. The noodles I might wait until Christmas and make them Christmas Day. We'll just have to see how it plays out. But anyway, guys, appreciate you watching, and let's get on to baking some bread. This is easy stuff here. So let me get you set up over here. I'll show you what I got, then we'll go from there. Okay guys, start off with our bread. Going with 13 ounces of hot tap water, which is just about 1 2/3 cups. I'm going to pour that in there. Again, hot tap water. I've got 1 1/4 teaspoon of instant yeast. I'm going to put this in here. And I've got 1 1/2 teaspoons of salt. It's not very much salt, guys. You remember, in order to have that much salt intake, you'd have to eat the whole loaf. The salt doesn't really flavor the bread. It helps the yeast. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to put our flour in. We have 3 1/2 cups of flour. This is just all-purpose flour. Like I said, I've made this recipe before, and it is on my channel. This is no touch. This is what's called turbo bread. It's no knead. You're not going to have to knead it. You don't have to touch the dough or anything. And I'm just using the end of a spoon here. You don't need a mixer or anything like that. We're just going to incorporate this all together. And this bread tastes very good. Now, of course, it's nowhere near like the old-fashioned way where you had to knead it and all that stuff. Now, I'm going to go back the other way, and I'm just going to kind of fold it over. Just kind of turn it and fold it a little bit, and I just got me a little plastic spoon here, or silicone spoon or spatula, whatever. I'm just going to scrape it down, make sure all the flour's in there. Give it another little, just to make sure everything's incorporated nice. Like I said, it's very forgiving. You don't have to spend a lot of time with it. And that's all we're going to do with this for right now. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this up with a lint-free cloth or you know, towel. You can use foil. You can just put another pan on top of it if you want. I'm going to put it in a warm place.
Someone was detected at your front door.
Now I'm going to use the oven. We are in Florida, but you know, if it's a sunny day, you can put it in the. You can put it in the in window in the sun or whatever. I just heated the oven up just a smidgen, just so it's warm, and yeah, I'm just going to set it in there for 1 hour and 30 minutes. While that's doing that, let's start with some cookies. Okay, now we're going to make the cookies. We're just going to start off by using some cake mix. This is Duncan Hines. You can use Betty Crocker. This is perfectly moist. Just some classic yellow. And I'm going to dump this in here. Just like that. Now I'm going to get a half a cup of oil and pour that in there. And 2 whole eggs. Now I'm going to mix this up. I'm just going to use this. We're just going to mix this up. Keep mixing it until you get a perfect batter. You can use a hand mixer if you want, but I try to exercise my right hand as much as possible. So I'm going to get this mixed up real well, and I'll be back with you when we're going to put in the other stuff. We got some goodies to put in here. You probably see them sitting right over here. Now we're going to put in a half a cup of, this is all I'm using here. I guess you can use unsweetened, sweetened, whatever you want. It's just Hershey's chocolate chips. Half a cup of M&Ms. If you want to get festive, you can just use the red and green ones. But now, it probably goes without saying, there may be just a little bit more of the M&Ms and chocolate chips in here than a half a cup. But, you know, it happens, right? So I'm just going to stir this up and fold this together, get it all blended nice and neat. And I'll bring you back when we're, oh, my oven's ready. I'll bring you back while I'm doing this. While I was doing this, I had my oven preheating at 350 degrees. This is going to go on your cookie sheet. And I've got one over here lined with some parchment paper. Alright. So I'm just going to take just an ice cream dipper or whatever. If you're good at it, just take your spoon and dump it right on there. Something like that. And I'm going to do that until I get this filled up, and then we'll put it in the oven. Okay, I got, like I said, the oven's preheated at 350 degrees. I'm just going to put these in here. It calls for 12 minutes. I'm checking them at 10 because this oven of ours is really hot. Alexa, give me 10 minutes on the timer, please.
Good evening, Marty. 10 minutes, starting now.
Alright guys, and I'll come back with you when this is done. The bread is sitting over there in front of the heater, kind of. It's still got an hour left to proof. And then when we put it into the pan, it's going to proof for another 30 minutes, but we'll get to that. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and cook these since it doesn't take that long, and maybe even give them a shot and see what they taste like before we start on the next batch of cookies, which are going to be a fudge style cookie. Okay guys, we're going to get these out of the oven. They were bigger than I thought. So it did end up taking the whole 12 minutes. And I don't know if I told her to set the timer at 10 minutes or 9 minutes, but it seemed awful fast. Okay, so there they are. They look good. We're gonna let them cool, and then we're gonna try one. Ooh, very nice. I don't know if you can see the underneath of that. It looks good. Let's let them cool for a few minutes. And then we'll give them a shot. And then we're going to move on to the Texas sheet cake cookies, I guess. Anyway, like I said, I've never made these recipes. I got them off the internet. I got them off of YouTube. So, you know, I don't know if it's going to taste like a cake or if it's actually going to taste like a cookie. But we'll find out in a few minutes. Stick around. Okay, guys, so I broke one in half here. Let's give it a shot. Let's just see if it tastes like cake or if it does taste like a cookie. It tastes like a cookie. And a damn good one, too. Alright. I've got 37 more minutes for the bread to proof. So I got time. I'm going to go ahead and make up the other batch of cookies. And we get started on that. Okay, guys, now we're going to put our super moist. This is Betty Crocker. Wonder how she ended up with two of them. I think the yellow one they didn't have Betty Crocker or something. Anyway, it doesn't matter, whatever you want to use, but this is what we're using. Chocolate fudge. This stuff is for the icing, so we're going to put, this is going to take, what is that? Oh, this is going to take 1/3 of a cup. I don't have my glasses on to see, but I think it says 1/3 of a cup, yeah, of oil instead of half a cup. But it is going to get 2 eggs as well. Now I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm going to mix it up. This is going to be a thicker batter. It's going to be almost like Play-Doh. So I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to get it put on here, and I'll show you when we put it in the oven. This is only going to go in the oven for 9 minutes. So that could have been what I was thinking a little bit ago, but still, I did let them other ones go for 12 minutes. These will be 9 minutes, but let me get this mixed up. Okay, guys, we're back. So I went ahead and licked the bowl. I mean, you know, washed the bowl. So we're going to put these in here. 350 degrees as well. 9 minutes on this one, except I'm going to go 8, and then I'll check them. Alexa, 8 minutes on the timer.
8 minutes, starting now.
Alright, guys, we'll be back, and then while these are cooling, we're going to use this pan up here on the stove that you can't see. I don't know why I even tried to show you. And then we're going to make our icing. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take these out. And we're going to let them cool, and we're going to get started on the icing. So I'm going to let them cool for a few more minutes, and then we'll get started on the icing. Alexa, stop timer. Okay, now we're going to make the icing. I'll turn this on. I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of milk, 2 tablespoons of cocoa. This is Hershey's cocoa, and 1/4 cup of softened butter. And I'm going to let this butter melt, and this milk and chocolate and everything get all melted down, and so we can get it mixed up. And then we'll add our this stuff, powdered sugar, which is 2 cups of that. Now you should, now I'm just trying to do this slowly. You should add that, the powdered sugar. It's getting too hot on the bottom. You should add it 1 cup at a time. So when it gets like this, I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. I'm going to add about half of this. I probably should have sifted it, but it doesn't really call to do that. Might not have had quite amount. I just kind of guessed at the butter, but it's okay. Alright, let me get this mixed up, and then we're going to put our icing. That's what this is going to be. We're going to put it over top of our cookies. So let me get this done. Okay, now we're going to dump this over top of our cookies. As you can see, I put them on a little, like a cooling rack. I did add a little bit more milk because it was kind of thick. It probably would have poured out, but I just wanted to make sure, so I probably added I don't know why I said probably twice, but it was about maybe 2 tablespoons more. I think I got it too hot on the burner, but that's okay. If you got a piping bag or something, I'm sure you could do this a lot easier. But it's not real thick, as you can see. Texas sheet cake cookies. Alright, we're going to let these cool down. In the meantime, the bread is ready to be put in the pan. I'm going to go lick this pan. Wash this pot. And I'll be back with you. Okay guys, now it's time to get back on our bread. And all I'm going to do is degas this. Pull and stretch and degas, I guess they call it. So I'm just doing the same thing as a dough hook would do. And this, like I said, we'll have to proof one more time for 30 minutes. See, I'm just degassing it, pulling it. Made this bread, like I said before, but I made it several times though off camera, you know. Monkey and her mom really likes it, so. Alright, now it's just what is it, 8-inch, just a cake pan. Cake pan, is that bread pan? Cake pan. Bread pan. I'm just using some non-stick pan. This is what we use right there, original. You can get butter flavored. I really can't tell a difference. I can't taste the butter in it. But so what we're going to do now is we're just going to take this. That's coming out nicely. We're going to put it in our pan. Just going to kind of smooth it out. It'll help once it proofs again. You know, it'll lay down a little bit more, a little bit flatter. So I'm just going to cover this up again for 30 minutes, and then we'll get it put in the oven. Alright, while we're waiting on the bread, the icing hasn't quite set up yet, but I don't care, I'm trying it. Tastes like fudge cookies. I thought it being cake mix, it would taste more like a cake, and I'm not a cake eater. These are very good. What I like about the stuff that I'm doing here, it's easy. Your kids, your grandkids come over, you don't have to have a whole bunch of stuff, and just throw something like this together with them. It's a lot of fun. Alright, we got 27 more minutes left for the cake, or for the bread to proof. Then we'll put it in the oven for 40 minutes at 400 degrees. I probably won't go the 40 minutes. It'll probably be around 35 or 36 in my oven. But that's what it calls for. 400 degrees at 40 minutes. Okay guys, so it's proofed for 30 more minutes. I thought it would have risen higher than that. It should have, but sometimes it'll raise up good and sometimes it won't. I don't know if Monkey bought me some fresh yeast, but I had a packet in the drawer, so it might have been stale. I just grabbed that one before I opened. It was unopened, but it was an older pack, so I just grabbed it. So maybe that's the reason why. So let's go ahead and put this in the oven. Alexa, stop. And again, I think I'm going to go with
Right now in
30.
it's 60 degrees Fahrenheit.
Let's go 35 minutes and I'll check it.
Forecast has just a few clouds in the sky with a low of
And we'll see what it looks like. Now, we're not going to cut into this tonight because this is for Christmas. So, you know, you'll have to trust me. But we'll be able to tell what it looks like when it comes out of the pan. Okay, guys. So, get this out of the oven now. There it is. Oh, nice. Look at that. Turned out beautiful. Like I said, we're not going to cut it today. But, yeah, what do you guys think? So there's 3 things. I don't think I'm going to make... Here, let me kick you around here. I don't think I'm going to make the noodles or the apple crunch tonight. My legs are killing me walking around here. So I'll probably just... I'm going to help Monkey make a apple pie tomorrow. So I might make the apple crunch tomorrow. If I do that, I'll do that in its own little video. And might even throw in some footage of us making her pie. I don't know. But then I think the noodles, I'm just going to go ahead and make them Christmas Day, Christmas morning. I think that'll be fine because they're pretty easy to make too. I also have a video on them as well. So anyway, guys, Merry Christmas to everyone, and Happy Hanukkah, Feliz Navidad, you know, Melekilikimaka. We'll see you guys in the next one. Christmas Eve, which is tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to do another live stream of the lights. Hopefully I can get my my swivel working. Well, it works fine. It's just the batteries. We put cheap batteries in it last night. It didn't last very long at all. So I'm going to try to find my cord for it. Maybe we can plug it in. That way it'll be panning for you guys. So anyway, thanks for everybody who joined in last night. And thanks for everyone that watched it afterwards. I really appreciate it. Again, Merry Christmas, everyone. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye, guys. Take care. Shea Bear, the myth, the man, the legend. I'm gone for now. New chef hat. We'll see you guys. Bye-bye and take care.